Hey everybody, I'm SpectralStar and welcome back to Death Battle. It's time to do a new one, and of course it is hero-based versus exorcist-based, I guess, content, if you want to put it that way. I don't know if this has ever been done before, but it's like the supernatural versus the superhuman. So we're going to go ahead and hop into it. It's Shigaraki versus Mahito. I don't know if you guys have ever drank a Mahito. You probably haven't. You're probably too young. If you have had a Mahito, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's alcoholic beverage. I'm not condoning drinking, but whatever. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
The symbol of fear versus the human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Tenko Shimura was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating father, Tenko pushed beyond his emotional limits until he activated his inherent superpower, or quirk.
It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed his whole family. Well, except for dear old dad. That one was intentional.
Tenko wandered the streets alone, silently begging for someone, anyone, to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
All for one. The greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko under his wing, feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his League of Villains in destroying Hero Society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki, and an absolutely nightmarish quirk, Decay. It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing, if not for that dorky-ass costume. I get it, hands are his thing.
And honestly feel like that's going to be the tough thing for Mahito to get over is the decay ability. Like literally everything he sends at Shigaraki is going to be a pile of dust before it can even do anything. Unless I guess it's spiritual, you know, like a possession or something. Who knows? What's up, Richard? How you doing, brother?
But come on, they just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands from his family that he killed, attached to his face.
Yeah.
And explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of decay started
God,
off
that's
relatively
messed up.
weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
Spreading like an all-consuming miasma that can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life, in front of normies.
But they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all. Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All for One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight, and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All for One's personal quack. Dr. Ujiko, who spent months
Dr.
upgrading
Robotnik.
Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky. We've calculated that before to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT, almost as
That's
much
half
as
the
the
work.
meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move
Half the
fast
work
enough that
already
his body
done for them.
produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch. Now the new name for my penis. Move over, Gigantico Megastorm. Anyway,
Gigantico
so
Megastorm.
big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became, oh shit, more hands.
Shigaraki can spontaneously
More
turn
hands.
flesh into existence, seemingly
Johnny
oceans of
More
it in an
hands.
instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
But that's nothing compared
Just
to
hands
Ujiko's
as armor.
greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be
God,
the
that's
new
messed
All
up.
for One. So what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All for One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit, a vestige.
Kinda like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kinda psychic world in Shigaraki's body, and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks like super fast healing, air blasts, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All for One's vestige, that means All for One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take
Oh,
over.
God.
Shigaraki's
yeah.
entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tenko's grandmother.
Oh boy.
Oh, that to mess with All Might. That is some next level hating right there.
Mm-hmm.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life. All
What's up, your
for
only mate? How you
one
doing, brother?
purpose.
Ain't seen you in a
Create
while.
soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All for One to take full control.
But oh,
Shigaraki heard the phrase "catch these hands" way too way too literally with that hand armor from LOL. yeah, definitely took the phrase. Yeah,
for
it's
One's
crazy.
possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy
He's very
managed to
hands-on
fight
in his
way
approach.
back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
It looks
Despite
pretty
Izuku's
good.
best efforts
Editing,
to save
yeah.
him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All for One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him. This battle is sponsored
Well,
by
hopefully
Robinhood
that's not
Gold.
a spoiler for
Robinhood
how My
Gold, you
Hero
can now
ends
enjoy the
completely,
VIP treatment,
because that would
receiving
suck.
a 3% IRA match
Because I don't
on
want
retirement
that. I haven't read the
contributions.
manga.
Privileges
I'm
of
watching the
very
anime,
privileged are
yo.
no longer exclusive.
Please.
With Robinhood Gold, your
Dude,
annual IRA
I hope Death Battle didn't
contributions
just
are
spoil
boosted
the
by
entire
3%.
fucking
Plus,
thing
you
for
also
me.
get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings
I
average.
just caught up
The
to
perks of
Bleach,
the high
for
net
God's
worth are
sake.
now available for any network.
The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual
Don't say it,
IRA
Richard.
contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com.
I kind of figured it was going to end that way anyways, because I feel like every anime these days is like, let's reform the villain.
First match and must keep funds in IRA for 5
Look,
years.
even Frieza's back. They're trying to make Frieza a good guy. And then bam,
Interest rate claims
Frieza
based on
black.
data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024.
This isn't an
Robinhood
Invincible
Financial
episode. They're going to
LLC,
spoil
member
stuff.
SIPC. Gold membership is
It's
offered
okay.
by Robinhood
I was
Gold
just joking
LLC.
around anyways. But
Ever
let's
since
check out
Cain
Mahito,
slew his brother
my
Abel
favorite
and wetted
alcoholic
his wounds with
beverage.
his
I'm just
blood,
joking.
Man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if this fear took on a life of its own?
that's
What if
me when I
all
wake up
that
in the morning.
Negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming over time
Congealed.
a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle.
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with the patch face, Mahito. Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many.
I love that.
Mahito
You're just
is
so
one of
drunk.
the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed spirit. Innumerable spirits exist, weaker or stronger, depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Like the
God,
fear
I'd
of
make a
locusts,
monster so
kinda
damn
weak,
powerful.
Or the fear of smallpox.
What's up,
and
just a
stronger,
random girl?
Or the fear
Wii?
of fire. Oh, goodbye,
Wii?
Tokyo.
So it
Nintendo
follows that
Wii.
mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed of cursed energy.
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy.
He's
can be
filled with
used to make
toxic
spirits
energy.
Way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be
That's so
harmed by
crazy.
attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like ghosts, cockroaches, or my ex. That's why you need a jujutsu sorcerer to come in and kaizen the shit out of them. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia. waging
He's a
an
sentient
endless war
YouTube
over the
content
fate of
comment,
humanity.
yeah.
Almost
Oh my
always
God.
Exclusively in Japan, though. for
Dude,
some
we could
reason.
probably have
Mahito
a
is
long
special.
conversation
You
about
see,
toxic
both curses are
YouTube
basically
comments.
dumb
Jesus.
animals, but Mahito has
People
so
are
much
fucking
cursed energy
evil.
that it gave him sentience.
Fucking
he was
mean,
recruited
dude.
by
I don't even
Kenjaku
hardly like
alongside
read
other
those. Like
special
I'll start
grade
reading it. It's like,
disaster
oh, it's
curses
gonna
to wreak
shit all
havoc
over me.
upon the world.
Nope.
In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even
Not
more
gonna read it.
frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic
Oh my God.
meaninglessness
You mean
of
he had
inter-human
common sense?
conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy, considering his curse technique, idle transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including
See
his
that?
own.
I get it.
In fact, he's so good at manipulating
I was wondering
his
why
own
these two
soul
are fighting,
that you
but
can't
I
even
understand.
kill the bastard without directly
They touch
targeting
things-
it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable
And they die or
connection.
they become
Whatever happens to the former affects
something
the
useful
latter.
for him.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants. Like Play-Doh, he can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a
I'm
fish,
full-blown caught up
form
on
his
Jujutsu
body around
Kaisen.
injuries, or even create
Kaijin.
clones.
Curse users
Kaisen.
are naturally unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly
Because I can't remember the
fatal.
title of the
Since he's
anime doesn't mean I
attacking
don't
your
love it.
soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
Look at them
All
cheeks.
that with one touch. God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers mean Mahito treats humans
Does that mean
as
Boomstick
effectively
has herpes?
disposable dolls that he can
He just admit to having
gleefully
herpes?
experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity, essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Ugh.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his
Stick
application
has
of idol
a lot of
transfiguration, and
things.
despite
That's right, he
being
does.
a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy
Black
within
Flash.
1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort.
Just imagine
exponentially
the Flash in a
amplifying
black
its force by a
suit.
factor of 2.5.
Like symbiote Flash or
Not only
something.
does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the Domain Expansion.
Oh shit! More hands! A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body and
He's a very
soul.
egotistical
the
villain.
only time it ever
I
failed
like it.
was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because
Who
not
happens to
only
be
was
possessed.
Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he also had a curse inside of him.
Yeah.
The king of curses, Sukuna.
Which meant Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. No surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass.
It's going to be so wild when they actually start challenging that curse that's inside my man. It's going to be absolutely such good animation. We're going to be eating well.
Forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be
Ah,
cruel
that was
and
my,
ruthless.
never mind.
So he made it his
Not making
mission
that
to
joke.
crush Yuji's spirit
No, I just
before
did.
killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally
That sucked.
battering
I
him
hated that
before
part.
going in for the kill.
And
I like
he's
that
got
dude a
the
lot.
strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse
Just like mine, never
was
mind.
able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take
Not
an energy
Shibuya.
of over 800 kilotons of
That's the one place I
TNT.
want to
And
visit if
Mahito
I
can take
go
as good
overseas.
as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji,
It's
he
in so many video
evolved,
games like
unlocking
Persona
a
and
vastly
Shin
more
Megami
powerful
Tensei.
form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Pretty much Atlas
Complete
games.
With armored exoskeleton and armed blades, this was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into. A true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what
If
do you
I'm a
know?
dog,
Life suddenly
and you're
became
dog
a whole lot more
food.
meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
What in
All
the
that
hell is
gleeful
that?
Nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him,
And they
maybe,
refuse to
but
mention
Mahito
curses
found a
can't die
convert in
unless
his
it's from a curse
archenemy.
attack. They
After
did
a
say
battle
that.
wiped out
Didn't they?
thousands of innocent people. Yuji's
I could have swore they just said
spirit
that.
was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exercising
Like it
this
was-
curse.
In a way, that was
Like they didn't
Mahito's
say it, but it was
final
written down or
victory,
something?
the
I don't know.
destruction
Can
of
anybody-
another human being's soul.
Can anybody like back me up on that? I could have swore I saw it. Curses can only be killed by other curses. Animation is going to be great, man. Moral once again outdid himself. Oh, are you talking about in the death battle? I was talking about the animation for the anime, but yeah, the death battle is going to probably be really good.
He may not have been around
Moro
to see
does
it,
good work.
but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees. Hey, do you see that join button? Yeah, that one. That's your ticket to being a Death Battle champion.
I've been joined
As a
since day
champion,
one,
you
man.
get all sorts of exclusive Death Battle content, like extra videos, live chats, and sending us your own matchup ideas. And the support helps us make even
They wouldn't
more
like my
Death
matchup
Battle.
ideas.
So thank
It's
you for
all
being a champion.
large-breasted women fighting
All
each
right,
other.
the
That's
buttons
all it
are
is.
set, and we've run the data through all
That's it.
possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
It's time for a death battle. Time for the battle of who can touch each other first. Oh. Okay, I like this animation. It's really nice. What was up with the nose?
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts.
It's an
My
interesting matchup for
organization
sure.
is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects?
Okay, so like already I love this. Like the animation's great. The voice acting, I do not know. I've always seen the Japanese versions of the voice acting on the animes. So are these guys really close to the English dubs? I have no idea. What's up, Awesoma? Hey, Necrov, how you doing? All right.
How about I bring him your head instead?
Fine by me.
It's like the T-1000.
Let's call this your audition. Sick 'em.
Shigi's pretty close here. Nice. I'm assuming you mean the voice acting. You don't know about Mahito? Yeah. Shigaraki is. Okay.
Game over.
I mean, he's transmuting something else. It's not his own body, so that's why he hasn't been decayed all to hell yet. Okay, never mind. I guess he gets.
We just see that.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That was really cool. He's got them Luffy lips. Starting to turn into the Matrix Revolutions here.
Audition over.
Did I get the part?
I just cleaned my plate. Did I get the part?
Decay.
Oh, he's trying. He's going for it, and he's avoiding it, which is smart because I don't know if he would live through it.
What a rush. Ooh. What a rush.
Oh shit! Oh, it's hands. We throw in hands in more ways than one. Damn. Oh.
That all you got?
Uh-oh.
Domain expansion.
Oh shit, it's getting real now. I love the music.
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy was mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem.
Well,
Grow
true.
up.
Oh, what the hell?
Off my masterpiece.
Hands off my masterpiece. My KFC masterpiece. It is gross, isn't it?
I felt your soul too.
Nomu at him is pretty cool.
Hate
Yeah.
humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason.
I really like both voice actors.
You grow up.
Oh! There you go. I kind of figured that was going to happen, man.
What did I say, Wiz? Like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories: physical stats,
That was good animation.
ability, and their power.
The music
But first,
fit
let's
it
address
perfectly
one
too.
thing.
And the voice
Put
acting,
Shigaraki
I don't know how they
easy,
sound in the
Mahito.
English dub,
He's
but
an
it was
invisible
good.
curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normal. However, even regular humans can
I wouldn't want to see that shit either if I had a weird bug-eyed monster sitting on my shoulder.
And with the search quirk,
Probably got one
Shigaraki
right
would
now,
have
don't
no
even know it.
problem
He's
tracking
probably wearing a top hat and smoking a cigar.
Been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This
Alcoholic,
was no
probably.
contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's
Likes to go bet on the
scaling
horses,
Deku
never
and
comes home with
Bakugo
any
meant he
money.
was calculably
That's why I never see
millions
any.
of times stronger.
He was faster, too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands
Uncle from
times
Jackie Chan
faster,
says magic must
Shigaraki
defeat
takes
magic. That
stats,
applies to
But
curses.
survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito
Also
is
weird
a
because
curse and is immune to the kind
Be
of
not a curse, so he
overwhelming
should not
physical
be
damage
able to
Shigaraki could
destroy a
dish out. Not only
domain
that,
expansion.
Mahito's
They didn't explain that, did
regenerative
they?
ability
Huh?
via Idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with Idle Transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy
Okay, this is
quirks all
important.
for one had collected
This is
over
where
all
they
the
should
years,
explain how
but
he
none
kills
that
him.
we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean Idle Transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of Idle Transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past.
Ah.
Vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final edge.
Okay, so they gave two
It was a
reasons why he
unique
would die
duel
to
the
it,
death,
but
Shigaraki's
I can see
overwhelming
why
unstoppable
you're
powers and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster curse.
why you're saying
Nothing
what
else
you're
to
saying.
say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura Shigaraki.
Next time on Death Battle.
It's kind of like, why would Kryptonite exist in a different universe than like Superman's or something, you know, when it doesn't?
Subscribe
How
and
would you
join
stop
as a
it,
member
Martin?
to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Master Chief versus Doomslayer? Hell yeah. Let me watch that.
Watch
again.
out, the boss
No.
buds could be coming soon.
No. No. Say that again.
For the disaster.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Subscribe.
That's cool. That's really dope. All right. So that was good. Holy crap. That animation was great. The audio great. I mean, I really shouldn't even put these polls up because it's pretty much a spoiler. Like anybody's going to guess against the right answer if they've already seen it, right? That was dumb of me. I shouldn't have done that. Should have said, who do you think should have won? That's what I should have put. Then again, that's another spoiler because, well, actually, it might not be. It might not be. Definitely would have been a better question. Give it a few seconds, LOL. Because he was a curse in a body, LOL. I have a thing for white hair characters. Nice. But cursed spirits are different. Let's go to the chatting scene here. All right. You could honestly see either argument. They explain it. The anime curses can't die unless it's curse energy. Let's go into more detail in the black tabs. They sure do. I just hardly ever like read those. I'm lazy. But yeah, they do go into heavy detail. I'm in the versus community, and the majority agree it's a Shigaraki stomp. It's hard to beat Shigaraki. I'll say that. I feel like Shigaraki probably would have lost to more powerful curses, but this was the only guy that literally had the same like kind of handsy, touchy-feely stuff, you know. The abilities were hand-based. He was constantly groping for the victory. And, you know, they both were, basically. This one won the rematch poll. Okay. And, you know, it could have went the other way, too. Like, they could have said at any point that Shigaraki lost because he was not a cursed entity. They could have done that. They could have. But also, there's a My Hero Academia movie out right now on Prime Video. Did it influence the decision? I don't know. I don't care. It's a good show, though. It's a really good fucking anime. If you haven't seen it, go watch the new My Hero Academia movie. I loved it. I loved it. I just literally got done watching it. Shigi is like Maki. She can't kill curses unless she uses a curse weapon. Right? I'm not going to like the next one unless Chief wins. Why does Chief have to win? He won the last time. This is a remake, isn't it? I mean, it's just a rematch, maybe? I don't think it's a remake. But Master Chief and Doom Guy already fought. And Doom Guy got way more powerful over the last few games. And also, there is a Doom game coming out. Will it be the deciding factor? Will they kill Doom Guy right as his game releases? You tell me. But like literally the last time I think Chief did win because his armor was stronger. But now like that Doom Guy's got way more abilities. He's got way more weapons. Who knows? Maybe he'll pull a come from behind victory. I like Halo more, to be honest. Halo's great. I miss the old days of Halo. I liked Halo Infinity. I think that's what it was called. It was good. But yeah, it was really good animation, really good voice acting, good writing. I loved the music too. Fits so well. You should do a watch party for the old Chief and Doom Guy matchup. I might do that sometime before this one comes out. Who knows? Maybe the day of, or maybe a week before. Who knows? Arbiter should be in an episode. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they haven't done an Arbiter versus yet. Who would they get Arbiter to fight? It's a good question. You guys want to put that down in the comments or let me know somehow. Come to the live stream. It's whatever. But I hope you guys had fun. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And I hope you had a good time. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button. If you like this, please subscribe. Please share this content if you think it's worth sharing. I appreciate you all coming. And I hope to see you again next time. I hope you have a good day. Also, I'm going to be streaming a little later. Some gaming if you want to come by. I don't know what I'm going to play yet. Probably more Elden Ring. Probably be that. Anyways, see y'all later. Bye.